So here we are. Actually, it's an outdoor patio because when I try to grow things in the yard, the deer always get to it. So you can actually see we've got a pretty good crop of eggplants going. It's obviously eggplant season. And I'm excited to see actually what types of eggplant we're going to have here. So what I mean by types of eggplant, you can have a male or a female eggplant. And actually we want males because males are less bitter. You know, I'm not sure if that's what happens in real life, but when it comes to eggplants, males are less bitter. That's because males have less seeds. So how you can tell if it's a male eggplant is you look at the bottom and you see this circle, and that means it's a male. So we want males because they tend to have less seeds in them. So I think we've got a couple here are ready to be cut. So we're going to cut this one. We'll take two of them this time. And we'll take this guy here. Okay, let's see here. This is great. We've got two males here, right? I just want to check to see. Look at this is amazing. This is the first year I've actually seen where all of my eggplants are male. That's really great. Males make great eggplants for eggplant parmesan because again, there's less seeds, it's less bitter. So when you go to your grocery store, you know, always look for the males. So we're gonna go in there now. Let's cut these up and start cooking. Okay, welcome back to the kitchen. So we got our two eggplants, and we're gonna cut those up, and we're gonna peel them. And so we're gonna dice them, and then we're gonna put it in our soups. Stop it. Okay, so we're almost done chopping up our eggplant. And you just have to chop them up in little cubes because they're gonna cook, and then we're actually gonna blend this or emulsify this in the end. So it's okay if they're a little bit larger. Okay, put the last one up. Okay, so we have our eggplant all chopped up, and let me just show you what we're doing here in terms of what the ingredients are. Really simple again. This is real simple soup to make. So we got 2 dried bags of white beans. They can be any types of beans. I'm using Great Northern, but you can use just a small white bean if you wanted to, but I suggest white for this type of soup. You can use canned beans if you want to. They'll cook a lot faster than the dried beans. But I'm gonna, because it's more economically, especially when we're talking large, so I didn't actually mention this, but typically we cook in this size pot for the soup that we make for the missions. This time, you know, we're gonna cook in a much smaller pot. So 2 bags of beans are good. We've got our eggplant. I cut up 4 stalks of celery. I got 1 large white onion. We're gonna start, so we're gonna make some chicken stock in here as well too. You can use vegetable stock if you want, but I'm gonna use some chicken stock and probably add some water because the beans soak up a lot of the water. And I've got some herbs here. So again, from my garden, what I kind of like, because it's eggplant and it's white beans and really the time of year, I want sort of a really earthy taste to the soup. So I've got some rosemary here. I've got some sage, not too much because that's very strong. I've got a lemon balm, so it's kind of browning a bit, but this has just such an amazing lemon flavor. So we're gonna add this to the soups. And then I've got a lemon thyme as well too. And again, this also has this earthy lemony smell. It smells amazing. So I chopped all this up. So these are essentially our ingredients, some salt obviously. So we're gonna put all this together in the pot and we'll start cooking. Okay, so we've been cooking our dry beans for about an hour and a half or so. I didn't pre-soak our beans, so it's taking a little bit longer. And our beans are nice and soft now, so we're ready to add our other ingredients. We've got our 4 celery stalks. We've got our 1 white onion. And we will add our herbs. And then we will add our chicken stock. So I just want to make a note about chicken stock. So this is not vegetarian, obviously, because I'm using chicken stock, but if you want to make it vegetarian, you could put a vegetarian stock in here. Now, just a hint. So sometimes I make my own vegetarian stock, vegetable stock. What we do is we kind of take our leftover cuttings of our vegetables. So in here I have some broccoli, some zucchini, some carrot shavings, I think some asparagus. And what I do is just boil this for about 45 minutes or so, add some salt, add some more herbs, and you get just a great vegetable stock. But this time I'm going to go the easy way. I'm going to just use chicken stock. So lastly, what I'm going to do is wine. I love wine. I put wine in anything I can. So this time I've got some Moscato, a little bit sweet. I'd rather have a Sauvignon Blanc, but this will do. Help sweeten it up a bit. So put that in there. Okay, we're going to add some Parmesan cheese in here as well. Give it a little bit of saltiness. And last but not least, the star of our show, the eggplant. Okay, so maybe get a close here of what it looks like now. So we need to add a little bit of water in there. Okay, we want to make sure everything is covered because the beans are going to soak up some more water. And we're going to let this simmer now for, I forgot the salt. We got to add our salt in. We're going to let this simmer now for about 45 minutes and let the eggplant get soft. And then we'll emulsify it.
Go.
Okay, so our soup's been cooking for about 45 minutes. The eggplant looks really nice and tender. Our beans have broke down. So now what we're going to do is we are going to emulsify it. So we're going to, if you don't have one of these emulsifiers, it's your best friend if you are making soups. It makes the soups nice and smooth and silky. So this will just take a minute or two. Okay, so our soup's been emulsified. It's nice and creamy, as you can see, and we're ready to taste. Let's just put this over here. We will ladle some soup in a bowl. This looks really good. But we're not done yet. So what I have on the side here for some garnishes, I've been marinating some tomatoes, some fresh tomatoes with some basil, and we'll just put that right here on top here. This is just going to give it an amazing taste. But we're still not done yet. So what we're going to add is some Parmesan cheese. So this is going to give it a really nice, salty taste. Oh, look at that. It looks amazing. Can't wait to taste this. Get a little of the tomato, a little of the soup, which is going to be really hot. It's delicious. It's nice and smooth from the beans, and you get that eggplant flavor, but not overbearing. And then you get the taste of the tomatoes and the basil and the saltiness of the cheese. It's such a great soup, especially for the fall and the winter. So I encourage you to try this on your own, but more importantly, make it for someone else. Maybe there's someone out there, right, who's going through some tough times, and they could really appreciate, a soup like this. Put a smile on their face. So I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks, and God bless.